Welcome back to Naked Money. This is about getting real, raw, and honest and open with your money. Because if we don't do this, who will? Who else are you going to get naked with? Probably your financial planner or advisor. So that's why we're here. I want to talk about getting back to the basics today. Building a strong foundation and what that looks like, because we are really in a complicated market right now. A lot of people call this a bear market. I've been squawking about the fact that we're going into a recession, and I feel like we are. Inflation is at an all-time high. I know I'm being a wet blanket, but my gosh, we really got to look at those kind of things and what we can do about it. So I really first want to talk about budgeting basics. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to live off a budget. And I'm one of the same. Like, my life can take one crazy turn after another. I'm back and forth to Miami a lot right now. I'm building businesses in both places. So it's hard to live off a budget right now for me, I will say that. But for those of us that really need to live off of a budget, what I want to talk about is this. I'm not saying like starve yourself to death or don't do things that you want to do, but do you have certain things put in your budget so that if there's something that you really want, you need to work to earn that and set up a goal for that. Rather than just going out and buying that thing that you want right now, have you budgeted for it? And I'm going to give you a tip on this. I had a gentleman in my life that was really helping me many years ago when I was in completely another business. And I couldn't figure out why I never had any money. And he went through all my bank accounts and he would say, Cindy, you're spending this is back in 1999. And he said, Cindy, you're spending $800 a month eating out. Oh my gosh. When I realized that, I mean, it was basically, I was eating out 3 times a day and I wasn't taking responsibility for my budget at all. And when he really said it to me, he went through my bank statements from a totally different eye and shared that with me. It was really eye-opening, like how much I was spending eating out because I was tired, or I didn't want to make myself some lunch, or I didn't want to make dinner. I was tired at the end of the day. These are all things that if you're going to eat out, is it in the budget? And setting up a great budget like, oh my gosh, we're going to eat out 3 times a week instead of every single night of the week. So it's about getting on track with a budget. That's always the first step. And nobody wants to talk about budgeting, but it is super important. Next one, savings. There are 2 types of savings, short-term and long-term, but you got to have savings. Are you saving a minimum of 10% of your income every single month, no matter what? Because that's just the basic stuff. Because if we have a hiccup in the road, you lose your job, or somebody passes away and now you got to fly across the country for a funeral, or somebody needs help with a funeral, or they didn't have proper life insurance. There's always curveballs that are going on. I have, there's been a lot of people that I know that are passing away lately, and they're always setting up some kind of a fund. Savings keeps you from having to be at the mercy of other people and not having to borrow money at the last minute. If you have something break down in your house, you're ready for it. That's what savings is about. Also, long-term savings, okay? Do you have a long-term savings plan? Something maybe like an annuity where you put this money away, you forget about it, you just keep adding to it. And that money is normally just gonna sit and compound itself. If we do a good job with compounding your money and it makes 8%, it will double itself every 8 years. So these are the things that we need to pay attention. Don't you want your money to double on its own without you having to put money into it? These are the principles of long-term savings and compounding. And then the third part of this would be an emergency fund. And like I said, there's always emergencies that happen. But if you don't have short-term savings and long-term savings, you're never gonna reach an emergency fund. And I always say that your emergency fund should be at least 6 months of your living expenses in the bank. And that's just something that you don't ever touch. If it's, if you lost your job and needed to go looking for a new career or a new job, you don't want to be in the throes of, oh my God, I need a job so bad I have to pay my bills. You need something that you can count on and that you want to do. You know, nobody wants to work a job that they hate or be in a career that they don't really like. And when you have an emergency fund that allows you to take your time and actually be choosy and pick what you want for your life, what's good for your family, not having to go out and borrow money so that you can live while you look for work. So I hope this interests you. Maybe it's not anything that you wanted to hear, but you know what? A good financial planner, a good strategist, a good advisor are going to tell you these things. I'm here to tell you the truth. It's time to get naked and real, raw, and open with our money. Hey, if this conversation interests you, please get a hold of us here at Cindy Birkland at cindybirkland.com. Cindy Birkland here. Just wanted to say thank you for watching the channel. And if you want more content, just need you to click right here. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, clicking right here. If any of these conversations have interested you, please get a hold of us at cindybirkland.com, or you can reach me at cindybirkland@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching.